The next question is Osama bin Laden. When the Navy SEAL, SEAL Team 6 caught Osama bin Laden, do you know why we chose the SEAL Team 6 to do a land mission than choosing maybe a special ops or Delta or somebody else to do it? Why they go to SEAL Team 6 over Delta? Do you know that story or no?
I haven't served at SEAL Team 6 or at Delta, but I can tell you that the sense is the Tier 1 side and conventional SEALs and Green Berets were out hitting it hard every day, multiple targets. They were all very, very good at what they did. My understanding is that, hey, there's another mission over here, and who's lined up to go hit that one. I don't think it was necessarily choosing anyone specific, but I'm not the best person to address the actual final decision.
Got it. But from what you know, it's not like, hey, we think these guys will be better than these guys. Sometimes it has to do with availability. Sometimes it has to do with all that other stuff, right? Or
yeah, the guys I know who were involved in that have basically said this was like a lot of other missions that they'd taken part in multiple times.
Got it.
In a lot of ways.
Here's from the civilian standpoint. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is my me being born and raised in Iran and being overly skeptical. I'm the guy that, hey, this thing's gonna do very well in the stock market. You should look at this investment. I'm the skeptic guy. I'm the natural Middle Eastern skeptic. When everything first comes up, I want to know everything about it before I jump to conclusion. It's very hard to believe, and I'm expecting a very diplomatic answer from you. But I'm trying to see what you're going to say. I'm going to test it anyways, and we'll see what you're going to say. Duncan, it's very hard for me to believe you catch, not you, Navy SEAL, SEAL Team 6, catches Osama bin Laden. They post the pictures. 24 hours later, they bury him in the middle of the ocean. And that's it. It is so, I'm not a conspiracy guy. You follow Valuetainment. I don't have a lot of stuff where I go back. The only thing we do is we'll do JFK assassination and we'll have some guests that come and talk about it because I'm just curious about that topic. But this isn't a conspiracy YouTube channel. It's not like we're going to do conspiracy. We talk about business, entrepreneurship, money, all that stuff. But this is kind of linked to me because, a big part of what ISIS and a lot of these guys came about has to do with 1978, 79 with the whole Jimmy Carter and you have too many political prisoners. Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, you got to let him go, and there's 3,000 political prisoners. Finally, they let him out, and they end up creating all these different organizations. So, similar to what happened with Cuba when Jimmy Carter kind of made them go through the whole thing, and eventually Castro said, go for it. Here's the Muriel boat lift. He sent 125,000 prisoners to Miami. Next year's unemployment in Miami went to 50%, and gas stations were shut down. People were concerned. Miami became a tough place to live because Castro played Carter, and then Carter doesn't get reelected. Reagan wins 49 out of 50 states, which is the time you became a broker, because at that time, CDs were paying out 13%, but inflation, these were terrible times. The market was very funny. But it's very hard for me to believe. Yeah, we caught bin Laden, and we just dropped him in the middle of the ocean. How do you process that?
Well, I am going to give you a politically correct answer, a diplomatic answer. Wasn't on the mission, but I have a lot of respect for, in particular, Admiral McCraven, who led that mission.
He's got a strong reputation.
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
I've worked, when he was in 05 at SEAL Team 3 and I was a reservist, I would come in and serve as his executive officer. So basically, there's in any command, there's a commanding officer, an executive officer, and then a command master chief. So when his executive officer would go serve on a board or selection panel or had a mission out of the area, I would often fill in and got to know him fairly well. And he's a pretty credible, smart person, but he's beyond that just an unbelievable leader. And I've stayed in touch with him, and I put a lot of credibility in the way things were described as having taken place. But I can't comment further because, again, I wasn't there, nor if I was, I wouldn't be able to talk about it. But I do think that there's a pretty reputable guy leading that mission, and what he has described, I do buy.
You know why I don't buy it? Here's why I don't buy it. And by the way, I respect your answer. And like I said, McCraven, I've sat with McChrystal, I've sat with a lot of solid generals, people that have a lot of respect. I'm a Mattis guy. I think Mattis is a solid leader from his unit, But I've heard great things about him. But here's how I process it. Okay, why would I drop him? why would I even disclose to the world what I'm doing with that part? Is that really a good military move? Is that and I'm not expecting an answer from you. Is that really a good political move to say, hey, we dropped him in the ocean, here's what we did? Would somebody from the top make a phone call to say, let's take him over here? You know, because the pictures don't match at all. So strategically for me, anybody can Photoshop nowadays. It's a complicated thing. But would I really drop the guy there? I don't know. Would I really want the world to know I'm doing that? I don't know. It is very, very difficult to believe that that happened. Again, I'm not expecting an answer from you. And by the way, here's the other part with me. I'm also not, I know there's some controversy in the Navy SEAL side. I have no interest to go that direction with you, because in order to speak on behalf of the life of a Navy SEAL agent, you have to understand the challenges they face mentally, emotionally, away from family. I'm not here to go that direction or comment on it. I am not saying it's the right decision or the wrong decision to sell the fact that we really dropped them. All I'm saying is, I'm hoping they didn't, and there's a different strategy, and they're just kind of telling us, hey, real quick, here's what we did, and boom, we went a different direction. Not expecting an answer or rebuttal from you, but it's very hard for me to believe that. And this is coming from a guy that's 101st Airborne. I'm pro-USA, I'm pro-military, I'm pro anybody that serves. I got the level of respect for folks like you, put 33 years of your life into. You have no idea how much respect I got for anybody that's playing in your role. I just kind of wanted to share that. You know, I'm not expecting any kind of an answer back. I don't think strategically it makes sense to drop him in the middle of the ocean, but it is what it is.